Today, I invite you to journey with me into a space of deep healing, where the gentle silence of our inner world becomes the guide and letting go unfolds as the gateway to a transformative spiritual awakening. Our purpose here is both simple and profound, to uncover how releasing the weight of our past, those hidden burdens and unspoken sorrows, can lead us to a life filled with peace, clarity, and a renewed sense of spirit. The insights shared today draw deeply from the timeless wisdom of Buddhist teachings, enriched by the gentle yet powerful guidance of spiritual masters who have walked this path before us. Imagine the journey of letting go as a graceful dance with silence, a dance that frees us from the endless chatter of our minds and the relentless grip of our old wounds, inviting us into a realm of inner serenity. As we walk together along this path, we will reflect on the burdens we unknowingly carry, explore the incredible power of releasing them, and listen to real-life stories that mirror the quiet call of our own hearts. Along the way, we'll discover practical ways to weave the profound teachings of Buddha into our everyday lives, transforming moments of stillness into powerful awakenings and turning simple pauses into sources of deep insight. This isn't merely a meditation on what we must leave behind. It's a celebration of renewal, a heartfelt invitation to find clarity in quiet moments and strength in the gentle art of letting go. So, I invite you to stay with me as we embark on this journey together, ready to release the weight that no longer serves us and to embrace the profound beauty of a life reborn in the quiet power of silence. Recognizing the burden we carry. As we begin to explore our journey together, it's important to recognize the burden we all carry, the invisible weight that often goes unnoticed as it quietly shapes our every thought and action. We hold onto stress, past hurts, and unfulfilled expectations without even realizing it, like invisible chains that tie us to memories that no longer serve our present. I want you to take a moment and ask yourself, what are you holding on to that no longer serves you? As this question gently opens the door to introspection. It is often our own expectations and our resistance to change that give birth to deep emotional pain. Pain that echoes with every step we take, subtly influencing our reactions and choices. Every time we react impulsively to triggers from our past, we unknowingly add layers to this burden, deepening our suffering rather than alleviating it, trapping us in a cycle of constant reactivity. Holding on to these reactive habits is like anchoring ourselves in a place of perpetual pain, while the key to our freedom lies in the courageous act of releasing these attachments and embracing change. In these moments of gentle awareness, we begin to see that the burdens we carry are not imposed from the outside but are woven from our inner narratives and beliefs about what we must hold onto. Recognizing this truth is the first, delicate step toward a profound spiritual awakening, where every moment of clarity paves the way for healing and opens a new path to inner peace. As you listen to these words, let them remind you that the journey to freeing your spirit begins with acknowledging the weight you have been carrying and then choosing to gently let it go. Imagine how much lighter your heart would feel if you could simply release that invisible burden, embracing the possibility of a life filled with calm, deep understanding, and the gentle light of spiritual renewal. The power of letting go. Transformation begins not by adding more to our lives, but by subtracting what drains our soul, creating space for a true and profound renewal. In our constant pursuit of progress, we often accumulate more achievements, more possessions, more noise, but the real magic lies in the art of letting go. Letting go is not a sign of weakness. It is a courageous act of wisdom, a deliberate and mindful surrender that clears away the clutter from our hearts and minds. Instead of enduring a constant battle with our emotions through reactive endurance, we choose the power of calm and mindful surrender, a path that leads us away from chaos. Imagine stepping away from the relentless storm of your inner turmoil and instead floating gently on a serene sea of stillness, where every ripple brings clarity. With each conscious act of letting go, the heavy weight of past regrets and future anxieties slowly melts away, making room for inner peace to blossom. This practice is not about passive resignation. It is an active choice, a brave, deliberate act that opens the door to true growth and renewal. When you learn to let go, you realize that you were never meant to carry that burden. The weight that has long held you down is not yours to keep. In surrendering the need to control every outcome, you invite a transformative energy into your life, allowing your true self to emerge with clarity and grace. This liberating act creates a vast inner space where authenticity, vibrancy, and enlightenment can flourish beyond the constraints of past pain. Embracing the power of letting go means opening your heart to the fullness of life, living in the present moment, and welcoming infinite possibilities. With each deep, conscious breath, we come to understand that letting go is the doorway to a deeper spiritual awakening, a powerful, liberating act of wisdom and love. Spiritual awakening through silence and letting go. Spiritual awakening is about rediscovering your true self that lies hidden beneath the layers of accumulated stress and past hurts, a self that often becomes lost in the noise of daily life. It invites us to peel away those layers of emotional burden and distraction, revealing a radiant core of pure being that has always existed within us, waiting to be recognized. In this journey, silence becomes our most profound teacher, a sanctuary where the clamor of the outer world fades away and our inner voice begins to speak with clarity and compassion. The transformative role of inner reflection is undeniable. Through quiet moments of stillness, we create the space needed to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, letting the truth of who we are shine through. Practices like meditation, mindful breathing, and self-reflection serve as bridges between the chaos of our busy minds and the peace of our inner sanctuary, guiding us to detach from the persistent echoes of past pain. These timeless practices are deeply intertwined with the teachings of Buddha and the insights of modern spiritual thought, offering us practical tools to anchor ourselves in the present and awaken to a deeper truth. As we commit to letting go through these practices, we realize that every act of surrender is not a loss but a powerful step towards unveiling a more enlightened, authentic state of being. Each deep, conscious breath and every silent pause nurtures a space for inner peace, transforming our energy and paving the way for clarity, compassion, and spiritual growth. Embracing silence and the art of letting go becomes a journey, a sacred path that gradually leads us to reconnect with our truest selves, inviting us into a realm where love and understanding flourish. Ultimately, this journey is not only about releasing what no longer serves us, but also about transforming our very essence, opening our hearts to infinite possibilities of spiritual renewal and profound inner awakening. Storytelling segment: A Tale of Transformation. Let me share with you the story of a young woman who found herself shattered by betrayal. A betrayal that cut deeper than any wound, leaving her heart aching and her nights restless. She had loved with all her heart, only to be met with the cold sting of mistrust and deceit. Every night, as the world around her slept, she lay awake, haunted by memories of promises broken and trust betrayed, carrying a heavy weight that seemed impossible to shed. The pain of betrayal was not just in the loss of love, but in the feeling of being fundamentally alone, as if the ground beneath her had crumbled and left her suspended in a void of loneliness. In her search for solace and meaning, she decided to attend a meditation retreat. A sanctuary away from the chaos of her everyday life, where she hoped to find answers and a way to heal her wounded soul. At the retreat, amid the soft murmur of nature and the quiet hum of meditative chants, she encountered a wise old monk whose presence exuded calm and profound understanding. The monk's words resonated deeply with her, especially when he said, "When you throw a burning coal at someone, you are the one who gets burned." These words, simple yet piercing, shattered the illusion that holding on to her pain could somehow protect her. In that profound moment of clarity, she realized that her suffering was not a shield, but a prison. A prison of her own making, built from the very pain she had nurtured. With tears of both sorrow and liberation, she chose to embrace silence and let go of the past that had so long defined her. In the quiet stillness of that moment, she began to understand that healing required not clinging to what had hurt her, but releasing it, piece by painful piece. Her journey of transformation became a powerful testimony to the strength that lies in vulnerability and the beauty of surrender. By allowing herself to simply be in the silence, she opened her heart to the possibility of inner strength and a new beginning. Her story reminds us that the path to healing is not paved with resistance and endless struggle, but with the gentle art of letting go, and in that surrender, discovering a deeper, more resilient self. Buddhist teachings on letting go. In exploring the Buddhist teachings on letting go, we discover that at the very heart of these ancient principles lies a deep understanding of suffering and the means to release it. A wisdom that has been passed down through countless generations. Buddhist philosophy teaches us that suffering arises from our attachments, our desires, and the relentless clinging to what once was or might be, and that true freedom is found in the art of letting go. At the core of this teaching is the practice of mindfulness. A gentle, deliberate awareness of our thoughts and feelings that allows us to observe them without judgment, opening the door to deeper understanding and compassionate release. Compassion, too, plays a vital role, as it is through a loving acceptance of our own imperfections and the imperfections of the world around us that we begin to free ourselves from the heavy weight of resentment and regret. The timeless wisdom encapsulated in the words, "Don't believe what I say, contemplate for yourself," attributed to Buddha, invites each of us to embark on our own inner journey to explore and verify the truth through our personal experience. Another profound teaching reassures us with the promise, when you learn to let go, you will feel lighter than ever before, a reminder that releasing our burdens is not an act of giving up, but an embrace of a more liberated, vibrant existence. These teachings are not meant to be mere abstract ideas. They are practical guides that can be woven into the fabric of our everyday lives, offering us tangible ways to overcome stress and the emotional pain that so often weighs us down. Imagine beginning each day with a moment of mindful reflection, taking a deep, intentional breath to release the tensions of yesterday and opening your heart to the calm promise of today. In practical terms, this means incorporating small, deliberate practices. Whether it's a few minutes of meditation before the chaos of the day sets in, or a mindful pause in the midst of life's constant rush. To gently remind ourselves of our capacity to let go and renew. As we apply these teachings, we learn that every moment of awareness, every compassionate thought, contributes to an inner alchemy that transforms pain into peace, anxiety into clarity, and tension into tranquil strength. These Buddhist principles remind us that the process of letting go is a deeply personal journey toward inner freedom, a journey where the daily practice of mindfulness and compassion serves as the compass guiding us to a place of true healing and enlightenment. In embracing these teachings, we open ourselves to a life where stress and emotional pain are met not with resistance, but with the gentle power of acceptance. A life where every act of letting go is a step toward a more enlightened, serene state of being. Reflection and personal application. As we reach this moment of reflection, I invite you to pause and turn your attention inward, asking yourself, what is one thing you can let go of today? Consider for a moment how silence might serve as the bridge between your current self and the truest version of who you are, gently guiding you back to your essence. Picture yourself beginning each day with a simple yet powerful ritual. A few minutes of meditation where you allow your breath to carry away the worries of yesterday, inviting calm into the present. Imagine setting aside a small notebook and pen to journal your thoughts and feelings, capturing each insight as you slowly let go of the emotions that no longer serve you. Picture a moment in your busy day where you simply pause before reacting. A brief respite that allows you to choose a path of mindful response rather than impulsive reaction. These small, intentional practices can become the stepping stones of your journey, inviting you to experiment with letting go in both your relationships and the high expectations you place upon yourself. Reflect on the possibility that by embracing these moments of mindfulness and self-compassion, you are gradually unburdening your heart and clearing the way for deeper, transformative healing. As you experiment with these practices, remember that each act of letting go is an invitation to rediscover your true self. A self that is resilient, vibrant, and capable of embracing life with a renewed sense of peace. Let these reflective moments be a reminder that the journey toward inner freedom is built on the courage to pause, to breathe, and to allow yourself the grace to simply be. In this space of reflection and personal application, may you find the strength to let go of what no longer serves you, and may you step forward into each new moment with clarity, compassion, and a heart open to endless possibility. As we bring our journey to a close, let's take a moment to reflect on the wisdom we've shared today. How embracing silence and the courage to let go opens the doorway to deep healing and a profound spiritual awakening. We have journeyed together through the idea that our most authentic healing begins when we release the weight of our past, letting silence be the balm that soothes our weary souls. Every moment of mindful surrender and every deliberate pause has shown us that letting go is not a sign of loss, but rather an act of true bravery. A courageous step toward embracing our true, unburdened self. We cannot avoid pain, but we can choose to face it with quiet strength, and in that act of surrender, our true self begins to emerge, shining with clarity and resilience. Reflect on these insights and remember that every conscious decision to let go of what no longer serves you creates space for growth, clarity, and inner peace to blossom within your heart. If you have ever felt burdened by the weight of past hurts, I invite you to leave a heart in the comments. A gentle reminder to yourself that it's time to release those old wounds and welcome the freedom of a lighter, more peaceful life. And please share this video with someone who might need this gentle reminder. A reminder to choose peace over pain, to open their heart to healing, and to step boldly into a future filled with luminous possibility.